Hello folks, a couple of months ago I bought this, and I bought it for doing some filming with Robert Taylor's scopes that he got from Vector Optics. It's an adapter that will fit any kind of ocular lens, from binoculars, telescopes, microscopes and even rifle scopes. So I got this one, did the job, did have a few issues with it because it was basically designed to record in the upright position, vertical position of like a mobile phone, because that's what it's designed for. It's a mobile phone adapter from Apexel that works with any optic lens basically. This one is known as the APL, standing for Apexel F002 or F002. So I bought that myself, did the job, thought great, can do some filming through different kinds of optics with this. Didn't cost a lot of money, to be honest, online. So I got that, and then I have done work for Apexel before with the night vision gear. I've got 4K digital binocular, which is really good. It's in 4K. Didn't cost a lot, it's well under £100, well under. And they do every kind of thing for optics, even for mobile phones. They do like telescopic lenses and all kinds of things, so well worth checking out the website. But then I was contacted probably about 3 weeks ago, just before Christmas, and they asked me if I'd like to review one of these, and this is the follow-up to this actual adapter, and this is known as the APL or Apexel F002X. So I'll show you the differences. What comes in the box: this is the full version, and when I mean full version, I'll show you what I mean. So basically, out of the box you get the full instructions, how to fit it, the best way to go around it, and this comes in several different languages. So there's all the instructions on how to fit it on there. Then in the bag you've got the actual adapter itself, and you've got adjustment up and down that way. There are the clamps on it, the jaws on it to open up to mount your camera. But the difference between this one and the original one, which is very much similar, but the difference is this one, the new one, the X version, has got a locking screw to lock your camera setting in. This one doesn't, and it's fixed. So once the phone's in and you put it on, yes, you can turn it, but the size of the thing can make it a bit awkward on a rifle scope, put it that way. This one, on the other hand, you can actually turn it, so it's a lot better. So it doesn't matter which way you put the frame on. If you want to adjust that way, you can do. The reason I say that, if you wanted to fit it to a rifle scope, if you fit it that way, the length of it, once it's mounted on the optic and the scope, this might bump into your rear stock. But if you can mount it laterally like that, and you want a landscape view, all you need to do, mount your scope on, twist it, and everything then comes within that diameter. So it's a lot better for rifle scopes. Right, in both packages you get some M3 basically foam pads, so you can pack that on your phone or whatever, just to get it lined up right on the actual mount. In the new version, the X version, it also comes, as well as the foam pads, you've also got a round piece there. So if you've got a really small lens, you can put the lens inside that and mount it on the thing. So that is the difference there. Also, on the later version, you've got a little switch there, a remote shutter. So if you're away from the camera, you can remotely either take a photo or video just by pressing the buttons on that. So pretty good. So that is the Apexel F002. Really good piece of kit. The clamp on it, as you can see, it's self-centraling. So you basically press that in, put it on the lens, and I've got a spotter scope here. I used one of these on one of the tests for the spotting scope. So what you can do, you can just push the rubber eyepiece back like that, roll that back. Then what you do, you basically open it, shove it over, let go, and basically that's clamped on then. So your mobile phone, whichever way you have it, would go on there, and you could take your recording. And just to release it, you just press these sides in and take it out. Now the clamp pressure on that is 3 kilograms. Okay, so what you might find, and I have found this, and it's not down to the clamping anyway, because 3 kilograms is quite a good grip when you compare the weight of a mobile phone. Now a mobile phone is probably going to be at the most half a kilogram. What you do find on, not so much on this because it's pointing up, but if you suppose it's set like that on a rifle scope, the actual adjustment at the back for your eye relief or whatever, the ocular adjustment, the weight sometimes, what can happen is you'll put that on and the weight of the phone then can actually turn it. So if you are going to use it on a rifle scope where it might turn, you more or less got to put tape on your adjuster wheel so that it doesn't turn. You need to lock that in place if it will lock in place, which would be a better idea. So yeah, it will work on scopes, rifle scopes, but you've got to be aware that when it's locked in place, if you did want it to phone in landscape, that added weight can make the adapter turn a bit. When it's upright like that, it's not so bad because your phone and the adapter will be will be pointing down. But if you wanted it that way, because most of they all are on a mobile phone, all the cameras are set to one side. It means it's offset, so all the weight is to one side, so whichever side it's on, it will push it around. So you've got to be aware of that. If you're going to use it on a rifle scope, just lock anything that might move on your ocular lens, lock it in place. So what I will do, I'll show you how I mount it on a phone. But in the meantime, I have done, I think, 5 videos mounted on different things. I've mounted it on the back of my Apexel night vision scope, which when you do it that way, this comes to the appeal of any YouTuber out there that are reviewing those kind of scopes, where not everything you see in the video is what you see through the lens. So what you'll see when I put this on is what I can see when I look through the Apexel, which is all the icons on the top right of the Zulus. You can see the magnification, you can see Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, the power left in the battery, all that kind of thing. And you can also see the angle shift in the way that the scope's moving. So yeah, pretty good for that for YouTubers if you want to see the internals of what you can see through the scope. So I've got it set up on the Zulus, I've got it set up on a spotting scope, I've got it set up on some Wildgarder range-finding binoculars. So I've covered binoculars, spotting scopes, night vision scopes. I did have a microscope and I did have a telescope, but I've not got them anymore, but they're no different to mounting on a spotting scope. And I also mounted it on a Hawk scope fitted to a Brocop that I've got. So just to show that it will mount on a rifle scope. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money on viewing through a scope, any kind of scope, with a mobile phone, this is probably the way to go. Now, just a few statistics. The phone width will take up to 66 to 95 millimeters, phone depth 14 millimeters, and the eyepiece diameter through the hole there, that's between 25 and 50 mil. And you can also order it with or without the automatic shutter that you get here. So prices aren't too bad actually. It's only, you only pay another £6 if you want the automated shutter there. So what's the price then on the F002X? Well, it's $22.99 without the automated shutter, or $28.99 with it. And they've sent me a discount code, so if you go to the description in the video, I'll leave a link to the actual website, and when you get to the website, no matter which one you order, whether you go with or without the auto shutter, if you when you get to the checkout, you put in the discount code is Airgun Sniper 2, you'll get an extra 10% off. So suddenly the $22.99 comes down to just over 20 quid, and the $28.99 is around 25. So yeah, good saving there. So without further ado, I'll show you the videos, and I'll see you when you get back. Okay, this is the view looking through my Apexel scope with the camera attached with the Apexel clamp on the back. So this is a view you won't normally get because you wouldn't see the icons at the top right showing you the battery level, the sound, the wireless, the memory card, the Bluetooth, and also the magnification. So that's not a bad view looking at it. So I believe it's focused in okay. So that's back to 5 times. If you look at the top right, you can see it as it's zooming through 2.5 times on each move of the wheel. And that's fully zoomed in. Now this is in landscape mode. Now I will say the weight of the phone can push the thing over. So at the moment I've got my hand resting on the clamp so it don't move, but if I take my hand off it, it starts to move a bit. So one thing could benefit with, if you want to do landscape, is a clamp. It centres it okay, but just to make sure that the clamp doesn't come loose under the pressure, the weight of the camera. But not too hard to fix. But that is a view through a night vision scope in the daytime. I'll just switch it to night vision. So it shows up in black and white, but that's all in infrared. But there you go. That's a view through a night vision scope using the Apexel clamp to mobile phone adapter. Okay then, this is a view through my Wildguard binocular rangefinders using the Apexel mobile phone clamp. So range it to the chimney out there, the chimney stack, or the aerial, I should say. $70. $61 yards to the conservatory. And back to 23 yards to the range there. So you can see it works really well. And I've got it in landscape mode this time. It's not moving at all, so it works well on binoculars. And again, 92 yards to the house, right over the gardens. Okay, so this is the view through Discovery Optics NV001, very similar to the One Leaf NV100 or the Pod 007. There's no actual sound on this particular night vision scope, but you can see you do get the round image, so not too bad. So all I did to clamp on the Apexel was to take the rubber eye cap off, and it clamped on all right. So that is the view using the phone adapter of the Apexel and the Discovery Opt night vision scope. Okay, then we're now looking through a spotting scope. Let's see how well it does. Okay, it's still going to the left. Okay, so that's the Apexel mobile phone adapter with the spotting scope. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the sequence of films there showing you what the actual F002X will fit onto. So there's a lot of options available, but what I'll do now, before I go, I'll show you how I mount the scope. And if you do want one of these, remember, look in the description, Airgun Sniper 2, go to the link and you can get 10% off the current price. Okay, then I'm using the Weiss phone here. It's a lot slimmer than mine actually. Okay, so first off, find out where your camera's lenses are. So I've got 3 here. So what I'm going to do Start by spinning it around. I'm going to loosen that off so you can move that up and down. It should be one of these. Right, that way. Just find out where the actual camera is. Okay, so you put your camera on the phone on. Pull back. So it's 3 kilograms. It's quite a good grip, to be honest. Alright, so what I tend to do is slide it on. You see that? You can actually see the jaws now. And once you've found that on the camera, that's on photo, see the video is the same camera, yeah. Turn it over so you can see the inside, and there's a little mark in there, and that's to centre it up. So as far as I know, it's that top camera, so centre it up that way, and I'm going to slide it down so the camera's in the middle, and what I'm doing now is locking it in place, so it should then remember your particular camera, so every time you put it in from then on, it's in the right place. If you look at that, it's a clear view. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put it on a spotting scope. Now this thing, it's from 20 to 60 times, so I want it right down to 20. It's probably yeah, I mean it's too, plus that slides on and off there. Yeah, it's too powerful, to be honest, but it's just so you get the idea. And then all you need to do then, actually, is once lining up, there's a little thing there and you can adapt it, so make sure that's vertical, so it's not going to tip up. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is mount the camera. That's the right way up. So press those in either side, and what you can do, push it on, let go. That's now gone in place. Now because, like I say, watch, I want you to watch this now. I'm going to let go. See it turning? So you need to make sure that you lock your ring off if it can, or tape it up. So in this case, you're better off just spinning it around. Okay. Well, put it this way, you should be able to see. It's just a matter of adjusting it so you get the full vision there. If you want to zoom in more, just open up like that. So that's how you fit it. If you got your remote switch there to activate the camera, you just need to, I think it's a Bluetooth or wireless, but there are instructions with it. I've not used it, but if you want to, you can. So if you want to use a remote switch, you can do. It's that simple, really, easy setup. So there we go, that's the Apexel F002X. And one last thing, Happy New Year to you all. Start of a great new year, we hope. Lots of new stuff coming out, rifles and kit, so enjoy the new year.